So jumping over to the wide receivers. So if not JSN or Addison, then
I mean, this is not a strong wide receiver class. And so I think it's got to be QJ, Quentin Johnston from TCU. But this is a guy who I think he had like 3 receptions, 3 or 4 catches in his first 2 or 3 games of the season. So he kind of disappeared before he had like a huge coming out party over the final 3 quarters of the season. He balled out in the semifinal against Michigan. They could not cover him. And at that point, you're arguing, okay, this is the best wide receiver in the draft class. And then he shows up against Georgia and has 1 reception for 3 yards. And you're like, oh, okay, am I getting the next version of the TCU wide receiver? And let's see here. You could go with Corey Coleman from Baylor. You could go with Rashawn Woods from Oklahoma State. You could go with the TCU receiver who's now on the Vikings. He was drafted like 17 overall by the Eagles. Jalen Reagor. What's his name? Josh Doxson from TCU 3 or 4 years ago.
I forgot he was TCU. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and then West Virginia guy Kevin White. You know, I mean, these are guys that ball out in the Big 12, and I'm just concerned that this guy's not the next Des Bryant. He's the next Rashawn Woods. You know, both of those guys were Oklahoma State, but you know, don't give me Jalen Reagor, don't give me Josh Doxson. Give me what Quentin Johnston looks like against that semifinal, not what he was against Georgia.
The one that sticks in my mind, I guess, it's because it's one of the more recent with being Jalen Reagor. I forgot the litany of other receivers, like you're mentioning, that kind of, you know, they do that well in college and in that conference, and it just doesn't really seem to translate. And I don't know if it's necessarily a conference thing. I don't know if it's a level of competition thing, or if there's just none of them are related. They just all happen to have not worked out. But you know, he does have that unbelievable size speed that I understand why an NFL team, you know, you see him at his best, you see just his physicality and his speed, and you think we can figure this out. And I don't know if sometimes it's the hubris of NFL GMs and owners to think we can fix him. It's like, you may be able to. I know it's easier to be tall and fast and then maybe refine some skills than it is to give someone platform shoes and try to have them run down the field. But you know, some of the time it's just, if you technically have that understanding and that feel and have good hands and can understand where to sit in zones and how to get through off bump and run, that sometimes is maybe better and easier to kind of sculpt and mold. So I'm hoping he can, you know, maybe right the wrongs of those other receivers that you mentioned there. And a guy I was interested in part because I was very high on his quarterback from last year, Josh Downs at a UNC.
Nice.
And very much hoping that certainly that he goes to a good situation, but also because I know he's not the alpha. That's not the size. That's not what he does. But he's someone who is a bit smaller, but I think is a very refined route runner. I think is someone who is just slippery. He's not, I don't know what he's going to run in terms of his 40, but he has that field speed and he has great hands and he just has a great sense of, you know, where he is on the football field and what to do. So, you know, he did very well with Sam Howell. He did very well after Sam Howell. And I am hoping he's not going to turn out like the previous couple of UNC receivers, De'Ami Brown and is it Daz Newsome? Is that the guy? So I'm hoping he can be the better of that trio there in the NFL.
Yeah, I agreed with you. I really like Josh Downs as well. And then you said it. I mean, is he going to be De'Ami Brown, who was a 3rd round pick of the Commanders, or is he going to be Daz Newsome, who got cut after 1 year, was a 6th round pick of the Bears, and I'm not even sure if he landed back in another team in the league, but or is he something different? So I'm very curious about Josh Downs and where he lands. But I'm with you. I think he's got the ability to be special, and I think that he's probably a early Friday night pick in the NFL draft. I mean, this spring.